The Black Hills are a place of mighty vistas, rushing icy waters, and thundering hooves. But the full Black Hills experience is much more than physical sensation. There's a spirit that draws certain personalities, leading them to insights they may not discover elsewhere. Before recorded history, according to Cheyenne tradition, the prophet's sweet medicine was drawn here to learn spiritual truths that continue to guide his people today. The Lakota people, from across vast plains, gathered here in 1857 to determine a response to chaos soon to engulf their world. Fayette Cook responded to a rather vague invitation in 1885, one that led to his arrival in Spearfish by stagecoach that year. He could never completely explain why he stayed, enduring frontier conditions he initially despised. Yet he worked toward the seemingly impossible establishment of a school that would prepare quality teachers for this region. Cook remained and labored the rest of his long life. He is remembered as Black Hills State University's founding president. By the turn of the 20th century, not only South Dakotans, but students from 6 other states were enrolled. For a while in the 1930s, when Americans mostly traveled by train. Spearfish was the biggest town in the nation without rail service. It didn't matter. Those destined to be touched by the spirit of the hills always found their way to this place by learning and inspiration.
Dr. Russell Jonas was president of this school in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and he knew that most of his students were going to come from the Midwest, and he liked that. He wrote, Midwestern men and women were good stock from which tomorrow's leaders will come.
The past 50 years have proven President Jonas's prophecy about BHSU supplying leaders correct. Students and alumni reach remarkable heights in education professions, business, the arts, American Indian Studies, the sciences, and athletics. They've succeeded close to home and far away. Meanwhile, Spearfish's era of geographic isolation ended when the nation's longest coast-to-coast interstate highway took form.
When the interstate was completed, which I think is the longest interstate in the United States, running clearly coast to coast, that isolation was ended, and Spearfish and Black Hills State were placed on the map.
I know when I was in business in Spearfish, it was the paychecks from the Black Hills and the students that really was a major contributor to my business.
At the start of the 21st century, the Black Hills offered a new reason for coming here to learn. The world-class Sanford Underground Science Lab, minutes from the BHSU campus, promised to reveal to physicists the building blocks of the universe. Of course, students today can access Black Hills State University courses online from anywhere. They know, though, that they're not connecting to a nebulous institution in cyberspace. They're being drawn to a school as tangible as mountain granite and attuned to the spirit of the hills.
That's why we chose the theme Spirit of the Hills. There's a spirituality to the hills, every time you look at its natural beauty or hear what it is saying to one individual or individuals, there are two things that really matter most that I've picked up living here in this community. The first is people matter. The second is do everything we can as a university to protect the environment and the tranquility of the hills.